Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Debbie Cohen, good morning. You're right on here this morning. Just let me checking this sound. Yep. Deb, can you just, good morning, Kathy. Lovely to see you. Can you guys just let me know if you can hear me this morning before I start? I just want to make sure. I'm hoping everything is fine with Be Live this week. I've been on the forums this week. It seems that it is working for everybody much better. So just let me know if you can hear me properly so I can get started. I'm really excited to share this this particular Facebook Live and this particular topic today because it's been one of those really aha moments for me this week that's led to this. And once I kind of got this, you know, when I'm figuring out topics, they often come rushing at me, and this one certainly did this week. So it's been very exciting. It's been wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you guys this week. So if you can just let me know if you can hear me, and we will go and get started on our Facebook Live. And this morning we're talking about soul stealers. We're talking about how and why soul stealers show up in your life. And even when I was designing this Facebook Live this week, I was looking for a word to describe it. We came up with a whole heap of words. And the one that I really settled on and actually really felt like I related to was that the people in your life who show up in your life and it feels like they're stealing your soul. Okay, thanks, Debbie. Just hopefully it's working okay this morning. I'm going to keep going. Morning. Oh, Janet, you're here. Good morning. Another one. Good morning. Same. Can't seem to join. Is that what? Can you just let me know? Janet or Kathy, can you guys just let me know if we are actually on? It's showing me as having no viewers, which is really interesting. So I'm just hoping that everything is okay today. Can't seem to join. Trying again. Oh, okay. Had to go back out. If anybody can see that. Thanks, Janet. Had to go back out and then back in for me to get into it. I don't know what is going on with Be Live. I've actually just got up early this morning for another one to do some more just on Be Live and just seeing what they're doing. And a few people around the world seem to be having some issues. You're here. Great. Thank you, guys. Some people around the world seem to be having issues with Be Live. I'm hoping it sorts it out. I think I mentioned to you last week, we've had to actually change our phone service. Our mobile phones keep doing it. You've done that 5 times, Debbie. Interesting. So Janet, you're here. Hopefully you guys can get in. If not, maybe pick up the replay. But I really hope that you are here because we're going to do a really powerful tapping at the end, as usual. But this one's got a little bit more to it. So back to what I was talking about. So Optus, we've been having dropouts of our mobile phone for ages. Actually started, I think, end of April. It really got bad February, March. Anyway, finally Optus have said, threw hands in the air and said, we can't fix it. It's something in your area. And then I found out that almost everybody in our area who is on Optus have all been experiencing the same things. It's gotten particularly worse after the Commonwealth Games, which was really interesting. So apparently they were putting all that infrastructure in. But anyway, so they've let us out of our contract. They're paying us compensation, and they're buying back our phones. So we've bought new phones, and so now we've kind of got the phones, and now we'll be able to trial different people. So hopefully it will work. Yeah, it's showing me as 1 viewer. So I know you guys are there. So hopefully everyone gets back in. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. But I'm going to keep on going, and hopefully this will sort itself out as we go along. Janet, I know you're here. And welcome to today's Isn't It Time Facebook Live show, all about how we can rid ourselves of the soul stealers. Now, as I mentioned before everybody jumped on, we have worked on this all week, and it was a couple of days ago, it was finally the wording, the title for this came on. Great. Thanks, Janet. Finally, the wording came, and it's been incredible. Isn't it funny? Sometimes things feel like the buildup of it must feel like the buildup of a landslide. Behind a rock, there's this pressure that builds, and it just keeps going, and then all of a sudden, something gives, and it just rushes. And this was like this show for me this week, and for a couple of my clients where we have been working on this particular thing. And it's really about looking at why soul stealers show up in your life. And the thing is, what I've come to realize is that they're not here to heal you, nor you getting rid of them. They show up because they are keeping you from you. So what they're doing when a soul stealer shows up in your life, what it's doing is directing you closer to what you should be doing. Now, I have this kind of belief, I guess, that when people show up in your life, it happens for a reason. And I believe now what they're doing is that soul stealers are showing up in your life to move you closer to you. So they're forcing you to make the decisions that are moving you closer to the reason that you're here. And I want to just share this a little bit with you. So they're not keeping you from you. They're forcing you to make decisions that are often moving you closer to the reason you're here. They're not here to heal wounds, because the thing is, you are not broken, and neither are those people. They're simply here on a path and a journey. Hi, Kathy. Lovely to have you here, all the way from England in the middle of the night. I think it's like 9:30, isn't it? No, maybe 9:45. Oh, great, Debbie. You're back. Great. So they're moving you closer, and I'm going to share my experience, this aha that I got this week. When I was 21 years old, I was in the midst of a painful relationship breakup. You know how painful relationship breakups are. Morning, Helen. You know how painful relationship breaks up when you're 21. You're like your whole world's coming to an end. There was that, but at the same time, right on the tail end of that was the passing of a very, very dear friend of mine who was actually my first boyfriend, but we had stayed friends, long after we weren't together anymore. And he ended up dying a really awful death in those days, bowel cancer. So I had a relationship breakup, and then my friend Bill died, and it was awful. I mean, I remember just sobbing one night, my mum coming into my room, and she just said, what do you want to do? And I said, Mum, I just have to get out of here. I have to get out. So I sold my car. Mum and Dad helped me. They didn't give me any money. Didn't do that in those days. But they kind of helped me get stuff sorted and pay people I could stay with in the US. And I took off to the US. Now, 1038, yes. The reason, and when that happened, as painful it was, that's how I met my husband. My now husband, and we've been together over 38 years. When I went back to live in Canada, I took risks in Canada that I would never have taken if I had stayed living in Melbourne. I just wouldn't have done it. But I wanted to prove people wrong, that they told me I would never, first of all, our relationship would never last, and secondly, that I'd be back. And so there was a thing where I went deep inside to pull out. I wasn't going to let them be right. So if that painful thing hadn't happened in the beginning, I wouldn't have got to Canada, and I wouldn't have created a career in fitness. And then when autism showed up in our lives, which was awful, which was just horrible when it first happened because, it was back in the 21 years ago, so no one knew what we were talking about. But I would not have the depths of relationships I now do with, there's 4 of us for when we have a very, very strong relationship, very deep. I just wouldn't have the depth of that relationship if autism hadn't been in our lives, because that's my tribe. Also, having that in my life, as painful as it was, has brought me closer to doing what I need to be doing, what I should be doing, what's my soul's purpose, which is now this. And just a little while ago, a pattern showed up in my life. Somebody showed up in my life. And the outcome of that interaction was extremely painful. And when I went to find where the pattern was, what I found was that this woman who showed up in my life was actually very similar to 2 other women who had shown up in my life, and they were about 35 years apart. So there was a woman 35 years ago, there was one about 10 years ago, and this one. They all looked the same. They all had husbands who could be brothers. They all are in the same industry. And my interaction with them had exactly the same outcome. And it was only then when I finally put all these pieces together, I went, oh my, holy hell. They've all showed up in my life to point me in the direction I'm supposed to be going. They are not broken, and neither am I. That each of those steps along the way has gotten me to be doing what I'm doing now. Because isn't it interesting? Because hindsight's 2020. Now, I've got a handout, a questionnaire that I've created for you that I'm going to share with you with exactly the same questions that I have asked myself since this last incident happened. And it was only when it all pulled together this week, I guess it's a pink moon or a full moon or whatever moon, it all came together this week when I went, oh my God, if that hadn't happened and that hadn't happened and this person hadn't shown up and that person hadn't shown up and I hadn't figured out that this was the story, even though it was painful, even though what they did, like, go back to 21 and breaking up with this guy who was quite a bit older with me, really painful. Oh, and he was horrible and I shouldn't. If he hadn't showed up in my life and hurt me the way he did, I would never have left to meet my husband. If all those people who were telling me I would never go anywhere and you'd come home hadn't said what they said, which at the time I took really painfully and hurtfully, I wouldn't have dug deep to begin the career that I did for 15 years that lead me to what I'm doing now. If these 3 women hadn't shown up in my lives to show me that their soul's purpose was not my soul's purpose, hello, then I wouldn't be doing the depth of what I'm doing now. And what happened when I created this special tapping that we're going to do on this today. But I want you, first of all, I'm going to share with you the questions. As I said, I'm going to pop that up in a minute, is that the key to all of this is that this is about you. That they show up in your life to show you what you need to do to stay on task. They're not broken and neither are you. And when I finally got that, it was like this incredible feeling of peace came over me. Do you have someone in your life right now or something in your life right now? Let me know in the comments. Do you have somebody or something in your life right now that you feel could be not only driving you crazy, but maybe is there to teach you something? Just let me know. If there's someone driving you crazy at the moment that could be here to keep you on path, just have a think about it for a minute. Just let me know you're all here too. Who knows? You get these things and you just go, why has it taken me so long to see this? It was like, oh my God. And it was, as I mentioned before, it was this incredible sense of peace that just came over me when I recognized I'm not broken, and neither are, yay, Debbie's back in, neither are they. Their whole purpose of being here, I'm going to see if I can show this. Yeah, the whole purpose for being here is for you to move towards your purpose or away from my purpose. So whatever the issue is either to drive you to it or from it. And you have the option, I was going to say, put this up here. You have the option of staying stuck in the drama or evolving because of it. And that's your choice. That's your choice. Evolving. Yeah, Debbie, remember, actually, that happened last week, didn't it, Debbie? There was something about on your phone and not on your iPad. I think I remember. I can't remember who said, somebody else said they did that. Didn't show up properly on their iPad. Anyway, maybe it's something to do. Who knows? Anyway, so you have the option of staying stuck in the drama or evolving because of it. Now, here's the deal. When we move away from thinking we need to be healed, we don't need to be healed. We don't. And I'm actually going to remove all that from anything that I do now. It's not about healing, because that implies you're broken, and you're not broken. You know that song Pink says, you're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again? That's a bit like it. It's like we're not broken. We're just off our path. And this person is showing up for you to say, what is my path? Am I on the right path? Is this why I'm here? What is it I need to see? Not heal. It's different because, as I said, healing implies you're broken. You're not broken. Neither is that person. They're just a way shower. And that's the difference. They're just a way shower. So it's to look at anything in your life. And here's the key to this. The key to this is to understand if you have a feeling, an emotion, anger, frustration, sadness, pain, whatever it is, that is the trigger for you to begin asking the right question. And the right question is, what is this person trying to show me? Now, I used to think it was about, as I mentioned before, healing. It's not that. It's not that. You don't need to be healed. You're fine. You're fine. That's why in tapping we say, even though I completely accept myself and how I feel. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. I'm fine. I just have this feeling that's driving me crazy that I need to get rid of to get back on path again, get back on track. So the sense of peace from that is quite extraordinary. You know, I was thinking about when I worked at the school, I was there for 10 years, loved it. Oh my gosh, I just loved it. You know, when you get to work with children and organize formals, love that, Year 12 formals, and take photos of them and go to their events. Oh gosh, I loved it. Yeah, we tend to blame. I love this, Janet. Yes. Well, what are they trying to show me is what we should always ask us. We tend to blame others as we think they're trying to hold us back by what they're doing. Yes. Brilliant. Aha. Yes. I love that, Janet. The peace that comes with that when we understand this is about us being who we are. It's about us stepping into our most extraordinary self. This is about us shining our brilliance. We have done enough healing. We've done enough work on ourselves. You know, like we can keep digging, but what about if we understood that our whole purpose in life is our soul's purpose, and that's what we're aiming for. What difference would that make in your life? I'll go back to the story of the school. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But there was a woman there who was impossible to work with. Impossible. I mean, no matter what you did, it was wrong. Even if you come up with a great idea, she had a better idea. If I came up with a great idea that she even maybe agreed with, I then had to put this huge proposal to, she was, and one day she walked into my office and challenged me on something I had always done as part of my role, but she challenged me on it. And I remember this day being just so angry. I mean, I had to walk outside, take my shoes off, stand in the grass around the corner where she couldn't see me because I was phoning my husband. I said, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. And he said, hold on. Don't make any rash decisions. When I look back on that now, that moment was the moment I decided that this wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I can now, in my mind, forgive her and thank her, because if it wasn't for her pushing me like that, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. She showed up in my life to put me back on track, to get me to the point where I was so angry. I was beside myself with anger, standing on the grass, trying to ground myself. And if it wasn't for that, her doing that, I wouldn't have gone, pop, I can't do this anymore. What is it I truly love to do? Even though I love the job, and I could probably, if I got myself in a small enough box, go back to it. I mean, I really, really loved it. The person who took my role still loves it. But it was her pushing my boundaries. And you know what? I look back and I just want to thank her for that, because I'd still be there. I wouldn't be doing what I know I'm here on the planet to do, which is helping people find their soul's purpose. That's what I'm here to do. It just dawned on me this week. That's what I'm here to do. And it was like this big whoosh. And everybody, each one of you on this live today, that is your path to whatever you're doing, where you are helping people to be better, be better in their roles, feel better, look better, be healthier, whatever that is. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I have a friend of mine who's in direct marketing, and she is doing so well, unbelievably well. And the other day she asked some of her team to help her do something, and everybody jumped on board. And I messaged her and I said, can you see what's happening here? People are helping you because they see this is what you're supposed to be doing. And it was like this, aha. So when you find your soul's purpose, people will start to come to you. But if you are trying to do something because you think somebody else is doing it, and I'd like to try that, or you're just off task, then it becomes hard. Everything becomes hard. So who'd like to do a tapping on this? And as I said, hang on. Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, that's lovely, lovely. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. That's so nice. We're going to do a tapping on this now, and I want it because I've actually changed. I want to share with you this, because this is what I've been doing, this particular tapping that I've been doing, that I realized I've just put it all together. Here's the link. I'm going to share it with you. Oh, can I show it to you? There it is. There it is. There's the link. I'm going to pick it up. I'm also going to put it in the comments for you to download. Where are the comments? And I can put them in. Hello. Where can I live comments? Oh, right there. Oh, good Lord. Okay. It's also coming up in the chat box. This is for you. The series of questions I asked myself to get to this point. Then the tapping script we're going to go through right now. And then the add extra that has been so powerful for me. And that's by adding 2 words to the end of my tapping. which is the words I am. And the words I am, the two words that follow it, or the words that follow I am, are the words that follow you. I heard that during the week on something I was listening to. Brilliant. I thought, yes, I am. You are already. We're not broken. We're just maybe a little bent. You know, we just need to fix it. So take that sharp right turn. You know, somebody said to me the other day, isn't it a sharp left turn? I said, no, because you go right, so you're going the right way. You're not going backwards, you're going forwards. So let's do it. Let's do it. Ready? We're gonna do it because we're gonna finish because I know people, Kathy and a few other people overseas will be watching this later, and I know how late it is for you. Kathy, we love the fact that you're here every week. I am, we are. Ooh, yes, Helen. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Ooh, I've got to find where you are now. Look, honestly, you know, everything's doing my head in at the moment. Tapping on the technology. Yeah. Yep. I am, we are. Love it, love it, love it. All right. I want you to think about somebody in your past that you can pull up right now who perhaps did something to you that made you feel something. Okay? So I'm going to use an example of, for me, it was, you said something in class and teacher belittled you. That's sort of that, or something like that. Somewhere where somebody said something that took away your brilliance. So, and I want you to see how that made you feel. Get to the feeling. Okay, so in the handout or the download I've sent to you, it's got all the questions where you can get really specific about this, but you can just pull something up now. And I want you just to start tapping with me. See if you can put the name of this person. So even though when whatever happened, they took away my confidence. And that made me feel angry, sad. Try and get to the real feeling. And it's a level, whatever it is. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Remember, you're not broken. You're accepting this is how you feel. Even though when this happened, it made me feel, and I feel it in my wherever. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Okay, let's go with the tapping round. I'm going to use the word confidence, but you can use whatever you would. He took away my confidence, stopped me believing in myself. It made me feel so. And when I think about it now, it makes me feel this feeling. It makes me feel this feeling. Let's do one more round. This memory that made me feel this feeling. I can feel this feeling of whatever it is. This feeling. When that happened, it made me feel. And I can still feel it. It made me feel whatever it was. Okay, just take a deep breath for a sec. See if that's come down. Now, you know, normally we would, as we say all the time, we wouldn't move on to a reframe, but I want to do this demonstration to show you what it is. So if you want to make sure that feeling, that memory and that feeling gets down to like a 1 or a 2, So we'll do a reframe round. I'm going to add the words I am, show you how this works. So even though I lost my confidence that day, when I thought about it before, it was a level. Now it's a level, whatever. I choose now to believe I am confident and successful. Even though my confidence was impacted and it made me feel, I choose to believe now I am worthy of being brilliant. Even though when I think back to that now, that feeling took me away from my soul's calling, I choose now to step into my true soul's calling because I am powerful beyond measure. Okay, tapping. I choose to believe I am brilliant. I am creative and forgiving. I am powerful beyond measure. I am confident and successful. I am worthy of being brilliant. I am powerful beyond measure. I am confident and successful. I am worthy of being brilliant. Okay, just take a deep breath and let it go. Now, this is the next part. Take the I am statements. I am powerful beyond measure. I am confident and successful. 3 or 4 of them, and make that a mantra. So when we're doing the power pose, and in the Tapping to Reclaim You book, I talk about the power pose, that hands on your hips, 2 minutes a day, the work of Amy Cuddy. When you stand with your hands on your hips for 2 minutes, increases testosterone, which gives you more confidence, decreases cortisol, which helps lower the stress. But using the I am statements, when you're in that power pose, the I am powerful beyond measure. I am confident and successful. I am fulfilling my soul's calling. When we're reimplanting that, what we're doing is doing that right turn again, getting you back on path, getting you back on track. And that's the key. Remember, you are not broken, and neither are they. Their role is here to help you decide what's important. There is the download again. I will put it in the box, and it's in the comments below. I really want to know how this is going to work for you this week. We might do a follow-up show on this a little bit next week. But I would like you to let me know how this makes you feel. Do you feel a difference when you think, when you look at this person, this situation, is just what is it showing me I need to get back on path about? Thank you for showing up in my life. I bless you, I bless you, I bless you. What is it? As only you know, and only you know your soul's purpose. No one else does. Only you do. But when you step into it, you will know it. Just like that. You will know it. So that's your challenge for this week. We are top of the hour. People, a little bit over the top of the hour. Let me know how you go. Any thoughts that came up with that? I've got a delay on here, and it really drives me crazy because I'm never quite sure whether you guys are all still with me or not. This takes a little while. You can always just give me a little heart or something or other. Let me know that you were on. Let me know that it worked for you. Not that I need, acknowledgement or anything. Oh, Kathy, yay! Yay! That's so cool. Realize it's the first time I've tapped and realized something when I was in junior school. Oh, I love it, Kathy. That's just, sings to me. I love it. You know, we are still those little children. Thank you, Debbie. We're still those little children deep inside. And just, you know, we need to just sometimes go in there and just let them know it's okay. You know? Yeah, cool. That's good, Heather. Helen. Heather's my cleaning lady. Helen. Yeah. And this is the whole point of all of this. Brilliant, Janet. That's awesome. Oh, isn't this cool? Don't you think it's cool? I mean, I just think this is so cool when you switch and start reframing this to something totally different. It's just a different way of looking at it. And I said the peace is just extraordinary. And of course now, you know, drive Jerry crazy because every time he starts to complain about something, I go, so what are they showing you? About your soul's purpose? Bless them and thank you. They're not broken, neither are you. What's going on? Oh, I don't know how long that's going to last. Oh, gosh. All right, guys. Thank you. Look, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We're heading off to Brisbane tonight. You know, it's 40 minutes up the road, but we're staying up there. Jerry's got a function. I'm going to go and see a show all by myself. How big and grown up am I? I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Keep talking in this. And if you, you know, want to reach out to me, please do. But please download that. It's all there. It's all there. And let me know how I can help you with anything. Thank you, Kathy. Good night to you too. Oh, isn't it nice to do a tapping session before you go to bed? Whew, how powerful is that? We're going to have some nice dreams. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I shall see you next week, 7:30, for a brand new Isn't It Time. Talk soon. Bye for now.